My name is Nate Farrington. I have a really large scar on the back of my head. I got that scar from the result of a sledding accident where they had to remove a blood clot, and it happened in 1994.
My name is Lucas Spain. I have a scar on my stomach, right here, and I got it when I was about 12 hours old.
Hi, my name is Kalia Zalbero, and I have a scar. It's on my thumb. Well, part of my thumb is missing. Now it's a scar. I got it while building a sculpture in the metal shop 3 years ago.
Hi, my name is Kylie Mosher, and I broke my leg 5 years ago. I broke my calcaneus and my femur, and I got surgeries on them, which left a big scar on my ankle and my right calf, and then some scars up my right leg.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. So, a little over 23 years ago, I was sledding next to the house I grew up in, and this has been something I was doing for my whole life.
When I was born, November 11th, 1995, a faithful day, I came out of my mom and my dad held me, and I didn't cry.
We were working in the metal shop and I was building this wing made out of triangles. So I cut all this sheet metal and I was cleaning up the edges on a metal grinder, which is like a sander, really strong sander on a circle spinning fast, and my hand got pulled into it.
I broke my leg by urban exploring in the winter, and I basically slipped off a building from ice.
Went over this ramp that we built. I hit a downed tree with the tube I was on and got kind of thrown into the woods and hit my head on a tree when I landed.
My dad said he came 30 minutes later to go look at me, and I wasn't there. So he goes down to the ICU in the hospital, and he sees me, and there's like this crowd of doctors like all over me.
You know, I was in 5th grade at this point. I didn't really understand what was going on. And my only question was, oh, okay, am I gonna die?
So when I broke my ankle, they had to do a skin graft, so they took a big chunk from my calf and moved it to my ankle.
Didn't think it was that big of a deal, but as time went on, or like a little bit after that, it kind of became like more shocking. You know, I'd never been hurt before, like I've never even had a cavity.
And after that, there was no supportive care, and I was just a kid with a very large scar on the back of his head.
And I was also sad because I felt like I couldn't finish my sculpture, and maybe I wasn't supposed to like be making art, and I was like really wanted to do that, but felt like maybe I shouldn't.
7th grade, for middle school, I went to a new school, and bullying started, definitely, at that point. And I decided then to try to hide this thing however I could, so I started growing my hair longer and making sure whenever I got a haircut that you could not see the scar on the back of my head.
And so it looks really deformed, and when I first took the bandage off, it was kind of like horrifying. Like my leg kind of looked like a Frankenstein creation. And for a while, after I didn't need to, I wore an ace bandage up my calf because I was kind of ashamed of how it looked, and I didn't want to scare little kids and things like that, which sounds silly now, but it really was troubling and concerning at the time.
You know, I don't think I've painted my nails since.
All this time, from 11 until about maybe 22 or 23, there was no supportive care. It was just me trying to figure things out, trying to figure out why I went from a A+ student to struggling to get stuff done.
They think back to the November 11th, 1995, and they think about, yes, that's the only real reminder. They always go, you scared us so much. We're so happy you're doing well now.
It like healed up pretty nicely. People thought it was more of like a cool story, got me some like badass points.
And then one day I met some new person, and they were like, oh, you should take it off, you should be proud of that scar. And kind of ever since then I was like, yeah, you know, I should be proud of that, and I never wore the ace bandage after that.
In my eyes, I've never not had it. You know, it's a part of me.
And now I'm like very careful about machinery, and like you know, I've been in some classes and like I get to be the shop girl accident to remind people like these are dangerous machines, like you need to take it seriously, and I'll advocate for that forever, and you know, maybe that will save somebody some pain one day. So
it's definitely made me more cautious in life and realize that I'm not indestructible and that things can happen and do happen if you're not careful and like if you don't know your limits.
I can walk in this culture without, being looked at strangely necessarily or being treated differently because of that. But there's still some internal problems I experience that, unless I share it, nobody would have any idea.
Now it's more of a drive for me to pursue art. Like, it feels like a sort of, when you lose something, you don't give up.
Like, I can't even remember when they told me. It's just always been a part of me. So I like it a lot. I wouldn't have it. If someone told me right now, with no complications, we could take your scar away, I would say no. I like it. It's part of me. It makes me different. Yeah.